What we have in front of us is a 56 litre stainless steel pan, and the purpose of that pan is to contain the honey and water, which will have to get heated up, and this little combination of honey and water for the purposes of making mead is called must. So in the near future, that's what I'll be doing, heating the honey and the water up and doing the must. But it does pose a little bit of a problem in one respect. It's very nice to have a pan like this, but probably you might be able to tell from it that the walls of the pan are about half a metre tall, and there we go, nice and deep, needs a bit of a clean, but yeah. And my daughter Hetty can actually fit in this pan, it's that big. So it does cause a little bit of a quandary that once I've made the must and once everything's at the right temperature so I can add the yeast, how am I going to get the must out and into the fermentation tank? Now I could use a series of jugs and fill the jugs up with the must and add them to the fermenter, but again it'll never get completely all of the must out, and we'll have the problem of the last, I don't know, centimetre or two of must being frustratingly stuck in the bottom. Now I suppose I could lift this up and tip it. The downside with this pan is that there's no nozzle, so there's no way of channeling or focusing the must, so it's likely to just tip over the sides of the pan in quite a random way, which is unfortunate. So one solution would be to siphon it. So I do have some syphons to show you, and there we go. There is just a tube, and that's it, just a tube. The drawback with this one is, unfortunately, it's curly, so it won't keep one end to the bottom, it'll just spring up. Now the principle is that the siphon or the tube gets completely filled with the liquid, so there's no air, and the pan of must will be much higher than, say, the fermenter below, and through the aid of suction and the fact that gravity is helping a little bit, the must should then go to the liquid, but that's not a very good siphon. The other one, well, this is meant to be some sort of pump action siphon, okay, and it's got a nice, what they call a cane, it's a nice stick, and that stick will firmly suck out all the must from the bottom, I suppose, but it's just not long enough, and I have tried the pump action and it's a bit crap, so it doesn't really work. I mean, it's something that I think Austin Powers perhaps kept in his suitcase while he was travelling, but hey, less of that. So what have we got here? Well, This is from the homebrew people, and I mean this is designed for taking brew liquids from one place to the other. So I will be experimenting with this before even try to make the must, and see what in this instance is going to be the best solution. So there we have it. I haven't quite got it operational yet, but just so I can show you the setup. We have got this telescopic siphon, so the stick caney part of it is in the tank in this pan. So I've put probably about, I don't know, maybe 20 litres or something of that nature in there, and I've set it up so there's a bucket, food grade bucket, which can accommodate, or which would have accommodated 30 pounds in weight of honey. So that's going to collect the water. The only thing that is missing is we need to create a vacuum. So by some means I'm going to have to get the water along this tube to get it started. So there we go, that seems to be working very nice. Now hopefully this the conundrum I was having, thinking, well, if I'm gonna have to use a jug to get this out, well, no need. This is working tremendously well. Only trouble is I'm gonna have to stop it once it gets to the top of this bucket. I think there's slightly more than this bucket can accommodate, but it certainly proves the principle that once I get the must made, put the yeast in when the temperature's right, then I can then siphon it into the fermenter, and life will be nice and easy.